Coming to you from Shoestring Studios, somewhere in the heart of Ashford Town, AMAC, the podcast. Hello! Culture sucks down words, itemize loathing and feed yourself smiles. Well, that's how you start a show, Adam.
What the hell was that?
Look it up. That's all I can say.
That's what you've been doing for the last 10 minutes when I was talking to you, if you remember correctly.
Indeed, sir.
Yeah, and show 27.
Show
Here we are.
27.
How did we get there? What happened?
Well, I came down the road and knocked on your door.
I made you a drink. We sat down.
And here we are.
I know, amazing, isn't it, how that happens? Jesus. We should be millionaires with brains like us.
I didn't see him here.
So when I say that, show 27, we've been going a couple of years now, Bryn.
Cool, that's quite scary when you look at it like that, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Thank you for your continued support, you crazy mortals.
Mortal, even.
Mortal.
One crazy mortal.
How arrogant of me for putting an S on the end.
I think that's Rob from Fate The Juggler. But yeah, no, show 27. So this show brings us some music from The New Nervous Kind and Fate The Juggler, which are both playing at our upcoming AMAC Take 3 show in November. Yeah, and we've got a special interview tonight from one of the members.
Rob.
From Rob from Fate The Juggler. So that no further ado, I think the first thing we need to do is play a song.
I think we should
have a good start to the evening.
I think that would be wonderful. I'm looking forward to who are we listening to?
So pass my palm with silver, sir, and I will assist you. No, it's.
I thought you were going to ask me to cough.
Yeah. The first song of the evening to open up with, which is a nice little energetic number from The New Nervous Kind, which is playing at the show in November, as I just previously mentioned.
It's a great name.
It's a great name.
It's a really
and
good name.
The song that we picked for tonight is a song called Borderline.
Oh, excellent. I'll look forward to that.
Your love, oh, it's a wonder and a myth beside.
Yeah, it was good.
Enjoy that?
No, yes. Lots of energy.
They're great, these bands with all their own original material. And there's a fresh sound appearing. I sense a scene growing, Bryn.
A scene
with original material.
Let's see
growing.
if they'll let us in.
2 years ago, or just over 2 years ago when we started the show, I think it was April, a couple of years ago we started it.
Yes.
It was a struggle to find new original material out there. It was out there, but it was limited.
Yeah, but you're right. You're 100% right. And
it
really does seem to be coming through, and of a good quality as well.
Do you think the bands are now buying into, like, I want to do my own stuff and I want to get it out there and I want to get it recorded, I want to get it on social media?
Well, I think the way the internet and everything like that is now, it really has opened it up to people, so it's giving them a chance to give it a go and do their own stuff. And people are cottoning on and people are doing it. And from what we've just heard from the new Nervous Kind, it's blooming good.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Long may it continue.
And interestingly, talking about original material and where it's going, our special interview, which we're just about to cut into in a minute, gives us quite a bit of that, actually, doesn't it? When talking to Rob, because he's got ideas of what he wants to do and his plans, but we don't want to divulge too much about
in the interview. Don't spoil.
No, but it all fits the picture of what's happened musically.
Yeah, very much. And we're very fortunate that these two artists that we've mentioned are going to be at the Glass House in Ashford on November the 15th, I believe.
Yep, November the 15th.
The AMAC's original Take 3 evening.
Take 3, 4 bands on the night.
4 bands in Take 3. There's 4 bands.
Yep.
I believe we have Ashford Zone, The Wreck.
Yep, we do. The Wreck.
Then the New Nervous Kind. And then Ashford Zone, Jack Kellum.
With Powerhouse.
Is it with
It's
or
not and, it's with Powerhouse.
Okie dokie.
I'm not quite sure what Powerhouse consists of quite yet.
But it's with, not
someone
and.
from the gym, possibly.
for getting that wrong.
Sounds like one of those tubs you get, the old gym people do, the old bodybuilders. Powerhouse.
Well, you think he's just going to come on stage and lather himself up in grease?
Yeah. Oh, I do think so, and get his weights out.
If that's what he does, we'll probably have the biggest audience that we've ever had down there. And then it closes with the feature of today's show, which is the interview. Well, we're not the interview's not going to happen, but with Fate the Juggler, who we have interviewed. And you're about to listen to it.
Yes, I think it's a good point to go over to our special feature of the evening.
That segue was awful. I've done some segues in my time, but that was shocking.
They get worse, haven't they? So it's an age thing, mate. Don't worry.
Do you think that's what it is?
Yeah.
It's been a long
Or
time.
maybe we should do some more rehearsal on it. So
what?
Rehearsal.
No,
something we don't do.
No, still missing it there.
That one, let alone doing this. So, point in the show, we'll go over to the special feature and our interview with Rob from Fate the Juggler. Enjoy.
Special feature.
Okay, thank you, Adam. Yes, it is us. We are here at Right Track, the home of learning to play and learning things. Hi.
And checking out the bands, by the way, as well, because obviously this evening we've got some bands on in the
Well, there's a rehearsal room as well as a music school and shop. Do check out Right Track Music. It is amazing, keeping Ashford's music going. Anyway, I'm going to stop blabbering now because we've got an interview. A special
interview. Yeah.
A very special interview. And I've written on my script here, hello, Rob.
Hello.
See, it worked. Well done.
Thanks, Brent.
Rob is the frontman of Fate the Juggler, who are headlining our AMAC Originals Night. That's the Take 3. And that's at the Glass House in Ashford on Friday the 15th of November. Rob, thank you for coming.
Absolute pleasure, gents.
It's nice to see people supporting music with their own brand of art.
Yeah, anything. When I saw the ad that you were having originals at the Glass House, it was a no-brainer. We just, it's something that we'd like to be involved in.
No, excellent, and we can't wait. We can't wait to have you. Rob has been, as far as I'm aware, he's been present in the live music scene for quite a while now.
Yeah.
Without meaning to be rude.
No,
but
long
Rob,
time.
Tell me your exploits and how you got started.
Really, just learning guitar as a child, getting into bands. I had a covers band for about 16 years. And then because I wrote songs, I really wanted a platform for them. And I started Fate the Juggler 2010.
Excellent.
So we're now in our 10th year.
So what sort of style was your covers band, originally, what you was doing?
Covers band was all the classics, the Beatles,
Okay.
Stones, Eagles, same old sort of thing.
Shame you don't bring that question into the equation tonight, then bring your usual one on the special interviews, isn't it? With the fact that he's covered 2 there.
I never said I wasn't putting it in there. I just haven't written it down.
Yeah. It's just a little certain questions we used to have when we do all the interviews with people. We haven't done one for a while.
Should we throw that one in there?
Throw it in nice and early.
Now, I'm going to ask you the most important question.
Yeah.
If you had to choose between the 2, are you a Beatles man or are you a Stones man?
Beatles every time.
See, it's been interesting, this, hasn't it, over time,
it is. I think the Beatles are catching up now.
They are, aren't they?
The Stones
when we first started, everyone was going Stones.
Yeah.
And I think the Gallery Boys changed it, didn't they? Because they was a bit split with their opinion on it and more Beatles.
Can't compare the 2. Sorry.
Well, it's the only way we can do it. The whole point of AMAC as well is to be a bit controversial at times as well. We like a bit of that.
I always say I think that the Beatles probably wrote the better songs, but I think the Stones were probably the better band. But that's my own personal opinion. So I am wrong, and I am also right.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's depending what you're looking at, isn't it? Because the Stones are still going.
Well, yes.
And as a live band, they've got to be pretty good by now, haven't they?
Well, you'd like to think so.
So, yeah, as a live band, they're probably better than the Beatles in
there
that
was always
respect.
a little bit more rawness to them, wasn't there?
Oh,
and
yeah,
I
they
think
were
that's
more
probably
blues-based, weren't they?
Yeah, and see, that's just my...
Absolutely.
preference.
Absolutely.
But the Beatles certainly, I think, wrote the better...
I think
the
composition-wise, everyone was trying to catch up with the Beatles.
Yeah. A few people have said to me that the Stones were actually the band that the Beatles wanted to be.
No, that was Wings.
Very good. An Alan Partridge fan. I like you. but yeah, no. I mean, the thing with the Beatles as well. If you look at Joe Cocker's version of "Little Help from My Friends," I think that's better than the original. Great song, but he does it better. It's Jimi Hendrix did a version of Sgt. Pepper's. Great song. Still think that Jimi Hendrix did a better version. That's how I sort of... They wrote the better songs, but I think... But I'm not going to sway you.
No, all along the Watchtower, I mean...
That's...
What a song. But, the thing for me, at the heart of it... you can get fantastic versions, but if it wasn't for the original artist that wrote the song, and that's where the original music for me comes in.
No, you're right. You are right. Right now, I was going to prepare you for this earlier, and I completely forgot that I'd written this down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare you now, and then I'll ask you again later.
That's real preparation, isn't it? Because it's during the show, isn't it? You don't have time to think about it, is he?
Well, the thing is, you see, it's bringing the audience in on the whole thing. You see, it's keeping it as
excellent.
A whole. Don't make it look as though I don't know what I'm doing. And everyone knows it already. Right. The question that I will be asking you later is that if you had to describe Fate the Juggler as a film, what film would they be?
Oh.
Now, I'll let that just mull around in your...
While that's going and mulling round, I want to bring you back, actually, 10 years ago, starting Fate the Juggler.
Right,
give us a bit of a... And the audiences that are going to be listening to this, a bit of an insight into that time period and what's happened with Fate the Juggler.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of a change in the music scene. David Gray, acoustic, folk, was coming into vogue. And I was, as I say, I've written songs for years, and I thought... this might be a time to start looking at doing a folky sort of, originals, folk pop, whatever.
They certainly did come up through the ranks, didn't they, the folk acts, like you say, with the David Gray and the Mumford and Sons. Yeah,
Mumford and Sons came a bit later sort of thing, but and there was a sort of movement going on, I suppose, and... So I started Fate the Juggler, which was quite folky to start with, to be honest. It's now morphed into more indie pop rock.
And you can still hear that folk in there, by the way. I mean, I've been listening to your album, and I can hear 60s in there. I can hear folk. I can hear a little bit of country in there. Yeah, there is an indie. Yeah. There is an element of rock, a bit soft. Yeah. Some of your vocals on a couple of tracks sound very Brian Ferry how you sing them. Not in the tone of your voice, but the style. Yeah. But then another one didn't. So it was like so I've been trying to pick up all these things and try and see what you sort of built up with. But a lot of it's the musicians that come in. And what they add to it
and the influences. And the thing is that the age of the current lineup is older than the old lineup, and then those influences come in as well. So all those 60s, 70s bands are in there, and that must come out, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. You can definitely hear it in Looking for America.
Yeah.
There's a bit in there that sounds very 60ish.
Yeah.
So, just something I picked out anyway on the tracks I've been listening to.
As you've mentioned that song,
yep.
Shall we segue to that?
It certainly is, isn't it? Yeah, let's go over to that one as the first song of the evening.
Yeah. So we'll hand over now to Fate the Juggler and Adam.
Looking for America.
Brilliant. Yourself, always looking in. Hopes and dreams were lost. Heard the fat lady sing. She'd long since gone. Found another love, floating out to sea like a cold stone hand in a velvet glove. Well, they could not stay, so they walked away, looking for America, looking for America. Didn't like the hand they had all been dealt. Need a change of scene from this rusty belt. Thought they heard the truth, thought that things would change. Now they feel so bad, like a sitting duck on a rifle range. Well, they could not stay, so they walked away, looking for America, looking for America. Well, the only time you lost your sight was when you came to lose this fight. All this love and hope and fear, now you stand and shed a tear. Well, they could not stay, so they walked away, looking for America, looking for America. Couldn't find yourself, always looking in. Hopes and dreams were lost. Heard the fat lady sing. She had long since gone. Found another love, floating out to sea like a cold stone hand in a velvet glove. Well, they could not stay,
Okay, yeah, no, I like that one. It's I would describe that as a driving along in your car with the window down, and it's got that kind of feel about it. For me.
Hopefully a sort of American soft rock feel to it. That sort
driving
of thing.
down Route 66.
I think your YouTube video tried to kind of describe that a little bit the way that you did that, wasn't it?
Yeah,
so
that was an off-the-shelf sort of video. Yeah.
Oh right, okay.
Which just to get that sort of driving feeling.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, no, definitely. I like
did you not get the email from the research department to look that one up?
No, all I got was audio. All you told me was audio, and that's what I did.
I did tell you only audio, didn't I? And you was like, listen.
See, if I don't get, I've got to have it written down step by step. You never said visuals.
No.
Right, I'm gonna go back to my little script now, if that's all right, because it's
I'll send you off again, but
okay.
Bye.
All right, here we go. Now this, right, Ashford. Used to be quite a thriving community in original acts, and I think that sort of died off, but it is now starting to come back again.
Yeah, definitely.
Why would you think that people have sort of? Why do you think, to start off with, why did they stop writing their own? Because it was very much in the late 90s, early 20s. There was bands everywhere, all with their own songs, and then it sort of stopped, and everyone just concentrated on the covers. Now the younger bands are starting to rise again. Why do you think that would have been? Do you think it would be like you said, the change in music styles? Or?
Yeah, I think because music is like everything else. There's a fashion.
Yes.
Things come in, things go out.
Yes.
1 minute the Beatles are better than Stones, next minute the Stones are better than the Beatles,
Yes.
in certain people's views. Beatles are always first, obviously. But, and I think, you get those fads, and also with social media, everybody now can have their own website.
Yes.
They can have their own record label. They can have their own everything.
Yeah.
And in a way, the internet has been fantastic.
Yep.
And in another way, it's been an absolute nightmare.
Yes.
Because there are so many bands that are trying to do the same thing.
It's become a lot easier, isn't it? It's a lot more accessible for bands who are starting out to which leads me on to my next thing is what advice would you give to young or old who have suddenly decided, you know what, like you did, I want to write, not just play. I want to write. What advice would you?
Or
you
to a
give
couple
these
of
people?
idiots that dabble. That we might need some of that
I
advice.
think it's
the reason why we do this show, actually. So
I've just got to take notes.
It's like anything, I was writing songs and have written songs, and the thing is, what you do is you put that to the test.
Yep.
So 2 or 3 of us from the band would go out and do open mic nights.
Yeah.
And
That can be important.
Yeah, and if we didn't get booed or thrown off stage, you think, well, this is going okay. and you've got to be confident in the songs that you're writing. You've got to believe in what you're doing. And we did like the Flower Pot in Maidstone.
Yep.
And the guy there said to us, can you do a full gig? Because we like what you're doing. And I said, yeah, of course we can. So then we had to write a load more songs to do a full gig, because we were doing a couple of covers, and I vowed then we'd never do any covers. So then you get down to doing it, and as long as you believe in what you're doing, get out there and test it. Get out there, and and we on our website we've had some fantastic reviews, and sometimes you have doubts, like anything.
Well,
and you think,
I think you wouldn't be human if you didn't, would you?
Is this working? Is it?
Yeah.
And then somebody will say something, you think, do you know what? Yeah. And the main thing is, as long as you're enjoying it.
Yes. I mean, you were very kind enough to invite Adam and myself to your gig at the Pizza Express.
Great venue as well, by the way, and it was a great night, wasn't it?
Yeah, great venue. I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. And you walk in there and
class. It's a classy
venue.
Is classy.
The only thing we made the mistake of, we both had eaten before we got there, and everyone's got these lovely pizzas out in front of them, and we turn up with all the eat, and it's like,
they look great, but it was...
I know. And I'm already close to being rolled in and out the door. That would not have been healthy for me, so... Sorry, anyway, Bryn, carry on with your point about the Pizza Express gig, the album launch. The story so far.
Yeah, the album.
Yeah.
So it was the launch of your album, and I have to admit, I'm not going to go too much on about your support, because obviously we're here to talk about you.
Oh, David, no, he's brilliant.
Wow,
yeah, David's brilliant.
What an awesome,
he's different.
Awesome act. Yeah, no,
he's got his own style.
Thoroughly. What was the full name of the band? It was David.
Do not even ask me.
David Rumsey Band.
Yeah.
David Rumsey.
Yeah.
I thought
we've known him for years.
I thought he was brilliant. I didn't know what to expect from him. I mean, you guys, I'd kind of got an idea because Adam had said, right, we're going to this. Listen, not look. He didn't tell me to look at anything. He just told me to listen, so I had to listen.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, okay. I thought, I kind of know what I'm getting myself in for. When he came on, and he wasn't anything like what you were about to do, so I wasn't prepared for that.
The idea, to get two different, but
great,
complement each other.
Which is what we try and do. And I commend you. Great choice. He was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think we're desperately trying to get him.
We've got him.
Yeah.
We've got him. Thanks, Rob, by the way. It was only because you put us in contact. We've got him playing next year at AMAC night. So
that's what it's all about.
Because I thought he was brilliant.
Yeah.
Right, he can naff off now. Now you guys,
he's had his moment.
He can stop
he's stealing any more
glorifying it.
airtime. This is your night.
I know.
You need to have a word with him about this.
He's not even hearing. He's barging in.
He'd actually been texting us earlier saying, "Give me a big plug, cut Rob out."
Yeah.
But I didn't want to say that. But
I thought you did brilliant. I thought it was a fantastic evening. I liked your entrance down the spiral staircase
Excellent.
thing. I thought it was very good. And you just put on a belter of the show. And thank you ever so much for that.
It's a pleasure.
and your engineer on the night got the sounding brilliant.
I was about to say, the sound
Nick is, and we've got the live recording back as well.
Oh, really?
You have now.
Oh, yeah.
Will that be available to your
we're sort of toying with it because we're doing a new album at the moment. What we might do is to put some extra tracks on, live tracks.
Excellent. So
as
the album was it was called something Part 1.
The story so far.
I'm brilliant.
Yeah.
I know. I do all this research, and then it goes right. Oh, that's a very nice looking album you've just held up there. The story so far, Part 1.
Yeah.
What was the idea behind that?
Because about a year earlier, I had a mass exodus of band members.
Okay.
So I went from 5 to 1. And it was
That's
over
pretty extreme, isn't it?
Yeah, it was over a period of time.
Oh, right, it wasn't just...
I was going to say, what did you do? What did you say?
No, the percussionist...
You needed to have a shower? Was it something like that?
Bit of roll on. But Kirsten, my drummer, had been with me since the start. So she'd been with me for 8 years.
Oh, okay.
But circumstances, personal life, blah, blah, blah. And Kirsten went. I got Kirkin, an old friend. And then Dan and Lindsay left.
Right.
So I replaced those, and then the bass player left. So it wasn't all in one go, but it was over a period of time.
Yeah.
Which actually was a good thing. It doesn't seem like it at the time.
Did you ever go through a spell through that where you thought, this is just hard work and I'm just going to hang it up? Because it does get like that with bands. Bands can be, as much as they're rewarding, there's a lot of effort and work goes into them.
To be honest, two things. One is that if we ever have a tribute band called Fate The Juggler...
You've not thought about that at all, have you?
And if we had all the ex-members in the audience, it would be full. So it's what happens.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the great thing about it with original music is it's your music, so it carries on.
Yeah.
You just get different players in.
Yeah.
But
of course, the style starts to change with that, so you evolve, which is what bands have got to do anyway.
Absolutely.
Haven't they?
But I do encourage people within the band to bring their songs in. Let's do, and we did Lindsay's songs, we did Dan's songs. Yeah,
and I gather
it's
through,
not like it's my band, it's my music.
And I gather through some of your posts, is it your keyboard player?
Brad
seems to be quite influential in the writing. I think that you noted on some of his things that he added to it on the night that you mentioned. But I've noticed on some of your social media posts where you're starting to do some writing and that it seems to be along with stuff.
Yeah, we're very lucky to have got Bradley, and
he likes his chordal progressions, doesn't he? I noticed there was a lot of diminished and all that coming in.
I know, and I have to say to him, don't forget I'm playing a guitar.
Majors and minors only.
Yeah. Keep it easy. But he's just so good, so keen. And he's got musical ideas, but he doesn't write lyrics and he doesn't sing. So it's an ideal collaboration.
Oh, okay. So he comes in and says, I've got this, and then you...
At rehearsal, we'll be playing, and I'll be saying, what's that? I've had it for 20 years. It's like, when you were 10, So it's like, right, record that, and we'll work on that. It's just fantastic.
Excellent. So this I take it then is where part 2 is going to come in, is it?
Yeah, part 1. Sorry, I didn't quite finish off your question.
It's probably me.
There.
I probably interrupted. I'm good at that.
What we did was to re-record some of the previous material with the current band,
I gotcha.
Plus new songs.
Right.
So it was the story so far. That's it. The next album, part 2, will be all new material.
Okay.
So it's that was the idea.
And looking at that, you're looking at 2020, 21?
Yeah, spring, late spring, early summer of next year. We're going to try and launch it at Revelation St Mary's again. We've done a launch there before. It's such a fantastic venue.
That's good, right? They don't do pizza, though. Well, this time, it's okay to eat beforehand.
You probably get some communion wine or something.
What a great choice of venue. We've always said that we love the sound in there, don't we?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Oh, yeah,
really good.
We've seen so many. I mean, we saw Glenn Tilbrook there recently and Ron Sexsmith and loads of people.
Oh, I was at the Ron Sexsmith.
Oh, right. I love Ron Sexsmith.
That was a good one.
He's so good.
Good. He's one of those people where you're watching him and you can hear that second guitar.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, but there's no one there.
Yeah.
And that's when you just think it's time to sort of close the old guitar case for good, isn't it?
Or crank it up a bit and catch up.
Yeah, maybe. or become a bass player. That's what I did.
And there's a man that's been playing brilliant songs for many years. And, I saw a documentary about him some time ago, and he's not had a lot of success.
Which is insane.
It's like, people like Paul McCartney revere him.
Yeah.
How can you not? I think he was so chuffed because Michael Bublé had done one of his numbers.
Okay.
So that's going to pay his mortgage for a few months. But it's like, that's how difficult the industry can be.
Yeah, and like you said earlier,
legend.
with the internet now, there's such an influx of people having a go that it's harder, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's,
I tell you what, I see on Facebook all the time, as we all do, there was a band, was it Mallory Knox or something? There was a band I've never heard of, sort of doing a tour. And they're playing the O2, and it's like, why have I never heard of these people?
Yeah.
How are they doing a tour and doing the O2? Or it's like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's because people can get the fame on the internet without having to put in the hard yakka.
Yeah, so, absolutely. Yeah. So there's so many bands out there, and they're doing some big gigs that you've never heard of.
Of course, the other thing you got to remember with the modern world now is where when music all being digital, when you're looking and viewing music, it's already tailored to your preferences.
Yes.
Because they've already picked up on what you're looking at.
Yeah, the algorithms. And
the algorithms, the dangerous thing out there, the algorithms. But ultimately, then cuts you out of all the other stuff that could be out there you're not seeing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're not getting the broad spectrum, it's tailoring it all the time. So we're only seeing a small percentage. And we've always said this when we're looking and doing the AMAC stuff.
Yeah. Which is again why we want to get such a varied amount of artists playing.
Absolutely.
So people have that opportunity to find something just a little bit different and out of the ordinary.
Yeah. And even the band we were talking about that headlined, the last one.
Yep.
Not everybody's cup of tea, but it's different.
I actually had some people that actually liked that, really got into that, so because it was their taste.
Yeah, and if they played it on a regular basis, they get a regular audience.
Which I think they have.
Yeah, they must have.
I think they have. What they do, they're bloody good at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just what they do is fast, loud, and raucous.
Yeah.
And there were, I will say, there were a few people in that venue that after 4 songs didn't want fast, loud, and raucous.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
And that's nothing against the band at all.
No,
because they're damn good at what they do.
Yeah.
It's just. Yeah. It was just we probably put them in the wrong. If anyone's to blame, it's us.
It's us. Yeah.
We probably put them in the wrong venue because we were trying to give this nice vast spectrum.
Yeah, of course.
We might not have. Yeah. We might not have really thought that one.
A different venue on a different day, I would have no problem with bringing Rob back. He's a cracking guy, and his band are a good bunch. They're good at what they do. But Bryn's right. We got it wrong on the night with the venue.
You just hope the venue understand that it's new.
They didn't at first.
No.
But they do now. Everyone understands everything. We're now grateful to be able to be putting on another night. You guys, thank you. I'm going to headline it.
Absolute pleasure.
We've got 3 other cracking.
We certainly have. It's going to be a great night. Yeah. You guys headlining it, and
we've got loads.
We've got a young band. You was talking about young bands. We've got a young band in the Wreck.
Yes.
From Ashford. I don't know if you've caught any of their stuff at all.
I'll have to have a listen.
Give them a check out. They really have got a great sound and a good energy. I think they're one for the future.
Brilliant.
They're still work in progress a little bit, but
fantastic.
I have to say, which is really good news.
Yeah.
Then we've got another new band in the new Nervous Kind, which their track will be played on this show in the opening tonight of this show.
Listen to the podcast.
So check that out. I've got a few more of their songs we'll play later in podcasts, but we'll play one on the opener. And then we got Jack Gillam, who is a local lad, and he's with Powerhouse. Not quite sure with Powerhouse why it isn't just Powerhouse and all that, but I'm yet to ask him on all those details and that. But he's a known person. I think he's just been, is it recently, or to support Jack J. Hutchinson again?
Yes, I believe so.
Brilliant.
So he seems to keep himself busy. And then your Good Self's band following on from that. And you've been at both of our AMAC nights already.
Yeah. We came to both.
Didn't even know you was at them, did I? Until we was talking to you up at Maidstone. You said, well, I was at both of them, but I didn't want to come and talk to you because you were socialising, networking.
Really
and I was
busy,
like, why wouldn't you just come and say hello?
Aggressive and just inapproachable. I understand.
The band had Nazi tops on and it was all kind of aggressive. And I thought, whoa, where are we going here?
You know what it's like because you're listening and it's like, is the sound all right?
There's a lot of people on the night I don't get to talk to and I see them afterwards and I'm like really apologising because there's a lot going on. There's the issue with the changing the bands over and the timings. It's very tight as well on the night. There was 3 bands last time. We're back to 4 this time, which we said we weren't going to do. But I think it's the right thing with what you said about people, crowds coming with the bands.
Absolutely.
Pack the venue out because you want to be playing to a packed venue anyway, don't you?
Yeah, and I think one of the things is when we do gigs and we put supports and things like that on, and when we've done some recently. There were 3 bands on down in Midhurst. We just did the Living Museum. Brilliant. The venue was just unbelievable. That all the acts stay until the end.
That's a really good point.
That they don't go on and do their thing, and then they, excuse the French, bugger off. Because their fans might bugger off with them.
We did have an issue with that.
So the first night we put on in February, fortunately 2 of the bands were our bands. So everyone was staying anyway for a bit of an old jolly up and a drink. Stella and the Loft were playing, and obviously Kev Iveson's band Old Town Souls, and he was there from the beginning of the night. So all the bands and their friends were there for the night, and there was the other people that we knew that came in, or the locals that came in, because it's quite a busy venue.
And it had that nice community spirit, which is what
it was
about.
It was a good atmosphere.
And that's what it is, community of people coming in with like-minded. So it was really good. The second time, that we say the first act went up and then he went as soon as he was done with. The second band, they literally played and they went, and so did their friends. So the final act, B Squad, had an audience nearly halved at this point. And then of course they were very, sort of hit and miss with depending what you like. So we learnt a lot from that. And the one thing is, I did send some messages out, not to yourself because I know you'll be there.
We'll be there.
But I did send to the others about being there on the night.
Well, I don't know if you saw the post we did on our website. We did the opposite, and we said get there early because it's going to be crowded, and then you'll see all the other brilliant.
Because otherwise, if they got a hint that you're going on at whatever point, then they'll go, we only turn up just about 20 before, get a drink at the bar. They do. That's what people do. And of course, and the other danger is if the other bands all sod off and their people sod off, then you're headlining at the end of the night, and you're playing to less than the band in the middle of the set. So, I think that when your band went on Parachute Monkeys, you had the most audience on that night. Because it was just at that point of the night. But
it's just it's just how it works sometimes.
Funny that, isn't it?
That's
good. Nothing corrupt, is there?
Thank you very much.
That was a good set.
Thank you very much. I wasn't prepared for that. Right, so talking about the gig and that, let's hear another song, shall we?
Another track from the album, actually. I think the next one we've got coming up is Shadows Falling. Yeah.
Hear a voice, hear my demons calling. They hide beyond the shadows cast, and don't believe a single word they tell you. Live your life until the last, and it's only you will see the shadows falling. Only you will know, and it's only you will see the shadows falling. Only only you will know. Hear a sound, it's your heartbeat calling. Only you can set it free, and don't rely on others' understanding. Be yourself eternally, and it's only you will see the shadows falling. Only you will know, and it's only you will see the shadows falling. Only you will know. We'll hear the sound of people laughing, making choices. Hear the sound of where you want your life to go. No grace, no grace, Hear a sound, it's your heartbeat calling. Only you can set it free, and don't rely on others' understanding. Be yourself eternally, and it's only you will see the shadows falling. Only you will know, and it's only you will see the shadows falling. Only you will know.
Yeah, that's a good one. I particularly like the bagpipes halfway through.
I know.
Fantastic. I didn't see it coming.
So you missed out the string section then?
The string section was well, that was just overshadowed by the by the
Excuse the
bagpipes.
pun.
It was good, wasn't it? I like that. Right, okay. So now your wonderful gig that we've got coming up, which is going to be featuring those songs, I take it. What can you say? What will you say to the people listening who are thinking about coming?
Yep.
What should they expect from you on the night?
They should expect some very lively original music that they're going to have to dance to. We want a lot of audience participation.
Lovely.
Better ask Sarah to sort that one out.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
she'll
we
get
should
out there.
Absolutely. By the time we're on, they will probably be quite well oiled.
Yeah, let's hope so.
So we probably won't even have to try and get them dancing. They'll be dancing anyway. But no, it's going to be a great night, and we love a lot of interaction and talking to the crowd and getting people going.
And it's that kind of venue as well. It's good.
Yeah.
It's. I know it sounds intimate. Sounds like it's like, oh, you're just saying the place is small. It's
not small, is it?
It's not
small,
but it is
yeah.
intimate.
Yeah, it is.
So,
I suppose it's because it's long and narrow. It kind of gives that
Yeah.
perception, but you get quite capacity in there, can't you?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
from what I've seen, and when we've been there, the real music people are up the front.
Yes.
And then the casual listeners are
down
sort of
the back.
further back.
Yeah.
People that want to hear it, but not be sort of, too
They
close.
don't want to be bombarded by it.
Well, and they want to chat
Yeah.
as well,
Yeah.
sort of thing, But no, it's fantastic. It could be the Ashford's answer to the Cavern, you know.
So your plan is then to hang about near the barn and make sure everyone's well oiled up for when you get on there, then,
absolutely.
Well, if you're buying, then
that's what I was working at, Bryn. Give us a chance, mate.
I jumped in there, didn't I?
We might draw the limit there.
It's interesting you say about the idea of the Cavern, and I know you're saying about searching for places in Maidstone.
Yeah.
It's that kind of idea, though, isn't it, that you're looking for?
Absolutely.
Maybe a bit hard to find, but if we could get something close to that, it'd be interesting. I've always said about trying to get take AMAC, out on an originals night out of Ashford, if we could, in a collaboration with someone in another town.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So, ideas for the future we could talk about on another time. So.
Definitely, and it could be something for the Revelation St Mary's thing as well.
Be interested, wouldn't we?
Yeah,
we would be interested. We'll talk about that another time. No problem.
Mic's off.
Mic's off.
But staying on the subject of venues, and I'm taking it in your lengthy career in Fate the Juggler, you've been in some venues. What would be your favourite of venues that you have played, and why would that be?
One of the best gigs we had, we supported Oyster Band, the big folky band, has been around for many years, at the South Downs Folk Festival.
Oh, okay.
On the main stage, which was just mega, just amazing. And those nights you just want to bottle them, and it's those nights that you think, this is good. This is something that we want to carry on. And just and keep going with it. We supported Cara Dillon, who's quite big in the folky world as well. At the Stag in Sevenoaks. So we've done festivals down in Cornwall. Squeeze have been on. The Proclaimers. So when you start to do those sort of gigs,
so it's more the big open air is more your cup of tea
the
rather
festivals
than
are probably the pinnacle. They're just the interaction.
I think we'd all agree on that. They're
I think
great
you've got to be right.
Festivals
definitely.
are just amazing, and the atmosphere, and it's that community thing again. Everybody's there for the music.
It's being with like-minded people, isn't it? That's what's nice.
Absolutely. And when you look at the festival scene, and we didn't play, but we went to Glastonbury a few years ago, and just the ultimate.
Oh yeah.
The ultimate festival. I know it's very big now, and it's
selling out a little bit with some of the acts on the stage now, and it's losing it.
There's a lot of people of our sort of generation who say it's not what it was.
But that's because some of the acts don't sound like festival acts on the stage, do they?
But it's not just the acts that they've got there either. It's the whole thing.
I get the atmosphere, but
I mean, even down to the purchasing of the tickets, everything now has just got a little bit.
I think when you reach a certain size, it automatically has to be fairly corporate.
Oh, you're 100% right. You're 100% right.
One morning, we sat up in bed with our laptops, and we just kept pressing reset.
Yeah.
And I luckily got the tickets, and
that's the only way you can do it now.
Yeah.
So I remember back in, when would it have been, 98, I remember just picking up the phone and straight away someone was there. I went, oh, hi, could I possibly have 9 tickets, please? Yes, certainly. Okay, no worries, I'll give you... That would not happen now. No way would that happen. Particularly, let me have 9.
Absolutely.
Because that's what we used to do. All of us make sure, because you want to go up in a group. You don't want it just to be a couple of you. You want the big group.
Yeah.
But to even think about planning that now, I don't. You're not likely to be able to do it.
Unless
sit there, tap in the button.
Unless one of these season goers and you get this access to these tickets that people are getting. We know people like that. They get tickets all the time.
Yeah.
And that's where it seems to be. And those people are taking those tickets up year on year, aren't they?
They do seem to be,
yeah. And it all goes up, doesn't it? A level, and becomes corporate, and everybody that the true fans sometimes get left behind, which is a shame.
Money talks.
Yeah,
what it is.
It certainly does seem to. It certainly does seem to. Right. Well, that got serious.
All right. You're going to bring it back light-hearted, are you?
I am. I'm going to go with me games now.
Ooh.
Right. I'm not going to go straight for the one I asked you earlier. I'm still going to give you time for that.
I know. I'm still trying to get around that one.
It's a horrid one, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why I like it.
Tell you, you are running out of time on it. But
okay.
there you go. Okay. No pressure.
I don't know whether to go horror or comedy. I don't know.
So we'll go with some simple ones first, and then we'll finish off with that one.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one is a little game I like to play, which I call Join worship, or disband. And basically, there's 3 acts. You have to tell me one that you'd like to, a band you'd like to join,
Yeah.
a band that you would like to worship, and a band that you would like to disband. Get rid of them.
Right.
Kick them out the door.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, no pressure.
Do they have to be current? Do they have to be?
No.
Be whatever you want it to
Whatever
be.
you want it
Yeah,
to be.
well, you know,
you and Beethoven, if you want to get up there and do a couple.
Yeah, a couple with
you go ahead.
Ludwig.
I've got a personal recommendation for disband.
What parishes you think is come up every time?
I haven't plugged the pie in here tonight, though,
that's
either, though,
true,
so
isn't it?
I haven't.
I think the worship has got to be the Beatles. Sorry, I brought them back again.
Yeah, no,
That's
you're
got to be the
allowed to.
worship. I
You won't be able to
wouldn't
get them, but
even
you
dream
go
of
ahead.
joining them. You know, they were who they were.
Yeah.
So that's the worship. Join. Wow, so many bands. I wouldn't mind joining. Blimey. Yeah.
See, I see you in Kiss.
Really? Yeah.
I was going to say Whitesnake, but there you go. Moving on.
Don't think my tongue's long enough.
So many jokes, so little time.
I know. I don't know.
Get ready!
Yeah, Eagles
It's
or-
AMAC Knickknacks!
A really good quality.
The kind of sound that you do.
And
from
style that
Senior
would
Eye.
suit, wouldn't
Tom
it?
Yeah.
Petty, love to have been in Tom Petty's band, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
definitely.
Sadly, no longer with us, is he? Don't
No, we saw him on his last gig.
Really?
Yeah, we had nothing to do with it, obviously, but
Well, I hope not.
no, we did see him
friend
at
of mine's,
Hyde Park.
A friend of mine's sister was backing vocals for him.
Really?
Oh,
He was so good.
Hattie Webb, one of the Webb sisters.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure it's Hattie. Yes. Anyway,
Yeah,
yes.
the Webb sisters, that
Yes.
rings a bell.
They used to back in vocal for Leonard Cohen.
Wow,
Yes.
blimey.
Yeah.
Excellent,
I've
excellent.
never met the girls. I'm friends with their brother. He keeps me well away.
Disband, I mean, how long have we got?
Yeah, I know.
Sorry,
You've got to behave on this one.
personally, it would be between Spandau Ballet and Wet, Wet, Wet. I think, take your pick.
Oh,
I don't mind the wet, but Spandau. Oh.
I know.
Nah,
there could be
sorry.
some Kent followers on here listening to
sorry.
this.
No.
You might have just lost us 2 viewers. That's the end of the show.
Or
It's gone.
Duran. No, I just, there was something about them. I just couldn't get over it.
Duran. Oh, I don't know. That's a bit harsh, isn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologise for
I
having to
weren't
close the
into them, but they
interview.
were okay.
Ben goes the audience.
Yeah, we'll be shutting down now. Thanks ever
My
so
God,
much.
so many other choices he could have picked.
Coldplay for one.
Yeah,
I'm on the spot. Coldplay, they're fine.
You could have disbanded them after they did their first album. We would have accepted that.
This is the fashion thing. Coldplay are out of fashion.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know.
They'll come back in again.
I think their
you know.
music's helping them do that as it's sort of gone with the
album
last
one,
A
album.
bit disco, isn't it?
Album 1 and album 4.
Oh.
Fine.
Yeah.
The others.
Parachutes was.
That's an absolute corker.
Yeah.
Great
And Viva
album.
La Vida was well. I like
Going
what
down a
Brian,
different
I like
route.
what Brian Eno brought to that.
He's great.
Yeah.
Brian,
But
producer.
the other 2 albums that to me was Chris Martin and Friends rather than Coldplay. That's not dissing him at all. It's just I don't want.
Well, he's kept
Chris Martin
threatening
and
to go
Friends, I want him.
solo, but never kind of done it, hasn't he? But maybe he has.
Yeah.
In disguise
Good
for the
friends,
band.
Do you think so?
You never know.
Well, leave that one there. But that was fun. Thank you
That
very much
was.
for being
Pleasure.
with Tom Petty. That'll be good. Right, now on to my quick fire questions. I like these.
Wow.
Cat or dog?
Dog.
Very good. Ketchup in the cupboard or in the fridge?
In the cupboard.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I'll go with that.
I'm sure you were a fridge man, and I had a big fight
No.
with you about it.
No.
Sure there was
Or if I did it, I just did it for a laugh.
It's just to
Yeah,
wind me
yeah,
up.
yeah,
It worked.
yeah.
You don't want to put cold sauce on hot food.
No,
It's
absolutely
just
not.
insane. Okay, I've got to steady myself with this one. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Oh, it's got to be
Every
Star Wars
time.
all the way, ain't
Every
it?
time.
We're okay, we got past that one. Marmite, love it or hate it?
I was going to say but you've got to love or hate, haven't you? I love Marmite crisps.
Yeah, they are
So-
very good.
It's
aren't
So I
an
love
interesting point. See, I love Marmite crisps, but
Yeah.
I hate Marmite spread on toast.
I've never had Marmite.
What's that
other than
about?
Marmite crisp, but
they? You've never had it on
Does that-
toast?
not Marmite on its own. No. So do I love it or do I hate it?
My experience of the crisps, they're not the same.
They
No?
said,
No.
not
the same.
Undecided.
Well, go on.
I don't know.
Yeah, what is it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, come on, you can't sit on the fence. You're putting him on the spot.
Yeah.
You got to pick.
Do you know what? That's
Mr.
quite right.
Marmite.
That's very bad of me.
Yeah.
In that case, then I say you don't like Marmite.
Okay.
You
cool.
like you like Marmite flavoured crisps.
Crisps.
Notice how he cleverly engineered that he answered for you in the end there, not for himself.
Yeah. He loves Marmite.
Thank you very much. Okay, sports car, saloon, camper van, motorbike or scooter. What would you have?
Oh, camper van.
Good answer. I like that one. I know what you say.
When he picked a scooter, eh? God.
Can't get me gear on that.
Yeah, but I've got 3 of them. You can get enough on them. You strap them all together. I do like camper vans, though. If I was to pick after the scooters, it would be a camper van. So, good choice.
And then we finish on the most important one, which is DC or Marvel. And I know you're probably thinking, I don't know what he's asking me.
No. Oh, I like that. Well, Marvel. I've got to go Marvel, I think.
You and me are going to get on just fine. That's absolutely perfect.
DC would have been the Terminator of the interview.
That would have been it.
Yeah,
I've
Marvel.
put up with all the dissing of the Spandau, but we'll let those go.
Expanding bellies, I should say.
Rob, thank you ever so much.
Pleasure.
Well, hold on. You got one last thing, haven't you? Before we
this?
break to the final song and the end, you still got to answer the question, haven't you, about
I
Fate the Juggler?
I was going to do the
come
song.
Come on.
I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, I have been reprimanded. Rob, before we go,
Yes.
if you had to describe Fate the Juggler as a film,
Yep.
what film would it be?
It would have to be... Shall I give the reasons why first?
Yeah, go on then.
Because... What's this, Mr. and Mrs.? Because it was a flop when it first came out. It turned into a cult film. And it's a very long film. So that really sums up Fate the Juggler to a certain extent.
Okay.
It's got to be Shawshank Redemption.
Hey! Someone in the corner knows you.
Yeah.
Excellent. I was expecting a Marx Brothers, but okay.
Oh, duck soup.
No, fantastic. Thank you ever so much
Thank you, guys.
for
Yeah,
spending
thank
the
you,
evening
Rob.
with
Thank
us.
you for coming and
It's been a
appreciate it.
pleasure.
We've been planning it for quite a while, so it's good that we actually got you here in the end and on the show.
Excellent, thank
So
you.
And we look forward to seeing you and the rest of the guys
November
on the
15th.
It's going to be a corker.
It
I'm
is.
looking forward to it. So we're going to say thank you and goodbye to Rob, and we're going to do one more song. Is it
one more song from the album? Yeah. We're going to play one more. Just
it's
to
more of a
cap the night.
somber number, this one, isn't it?
Oh,
If I
Time
remember.
and Place.
Yeah. Oh, there you
Look
go.
at
The
that,
intro's
David.
there. Eh?
The time.
Actually, a good way to finish. You can
thank you.
intro out for us if you wouldn't
Oh,
mind.
thank you very much. This is called The Time, The Place.
This is the time, the place. Hold on. I see my time has all begun. There's nothing more that I
Just take your time and tell me now. Your feelings changed to me somehow. There's nothing more that I can say. You didn't need to leave this way. And every time that you said it, I know your heart didn't mean it. This time I know I must stop loving you. And every time I can see nothing else, no one else. And every time I must be somewhere else than here. This is the time, the place, hold on. I see my time has all but gone. There's nothing more that I can say. You didn't need to leave this way. And every time that you said it, I know your heart didn't mean it. This time I know I must stop loving you.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're quite interesting, aren't we?
We are.
I mean, I make myself laugh.
We carried
It's a
him,
pity
didn't
you
we?
lot didn't join in with
don't
my
tell
laughter.
him that, but we did carry him. I mean, I don't know how that'd go down with him, but...
No, it was. Do you know that was a really lovely chat we had with
And
him.
some great songs as well. Three lovely songs.
Fantastic
playing
songs.
the show. So thanks for that.
Well,
And also,
if you like what you heard, come down to the Glass House in Ashford High Street on the 15th of November to AMAC's Originals Take 3 and watch them and the 3 other bands that
bring
we've
some
got
money
down
for the
there.
bar because we'll be there.
You get in there for free though, people. Do you understand? Do you get to see these 4 bands of original
Not
music?
totally free because they've got to make sure that we have a drink.
Ah, yes, of course. But your entrance is free.
Yeah, your entrance is free, but
entrance
the
is
bar
free.
may be an issue.
Yes, that is
You
right.
must turn up there to see us at the bar.
Yeah, they'll be very surprised if you think you're going to get free drinks.
A couple of thank yous. Firstly, to Chris at Right Track for letting us use his room for the interviews.
Yeah, always.
So without that, they
thank you
wouldn't
to-
happen.
And remember, if you want any musical lessons or musical instruments or strings,
I need
plectrums,
strings.
picks,
Could you get me some?
leads, I can't, but Right Track can. But you have to pay them as well.
Yeah, that's trouble.
Well, they can't keep going
Chris,
if you
I
don't.
need some free strings. So thanks to them and obviously the Glass House for the upcoming show and supporting us.
And everyone else who supports us. Ashford Radio, that's right. No, Radio, I don't know which way it is, but the rest, that Ashford's radio station.
Radio Ashford.
Thank you for them for the support that they've given us.
Radio Maidstone's launching as well very soon.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it was the right way round though, whether it's Maidstone Radio or Radio Maidstone.
We can't have anything to do with them because that will really screw me.
Really?
It will really screw me. And also, thank you to what's the other one? There's another one that we have to thank as well.
Maria from Set the Tones.
Set the Tones.
Yep,
That was
Set the
it.
Tone Booking Agency and Promotions.
Thank you to them, even though I can't remember who you are.
I know. And there was someone else. I think it's a guy, gentleman Andrew Sharp, who does the playlists on Spotify.
Oh, right.
Based bands.
Yes.
But he also promotes Mutu and another band that I can't think of off the top of my head, but I'll find out his name and plug him properly next time.
Oh, right, so we're to thank him as well.
He's another part of the support and supply chain for bands and music.
And I didn't even know.
Yep.
I apologise.
Happens
to you.
behind the scenes, you see.
But
the research and editing teams and that, they do all this behind the scenes. You just are oblivious to it because you take all the shine and the publicity and
All I do is put lyrics from well-known songs at the beginning of the show and feel smug.
I'm out there oiling the cogs.
All the what?
Lubricating the cogs.
Okie dokie. Well, on that note...
so, just a quick one.
Yes. Well, really?
Any information that you require about what's going on around Ashford or news updates or anything on the AMAC projects, website address, please, Bryn.
Okay, yes. The website address. I know that.
Yep.
It's www.
Yep.
Is that enough W's?
www.
Right, sorry, I'll do that again. So it's I fell at the first hurdle. Right, www.
Do you want me to take over?
No, I can do this. www.amacrecords.uk. You're shaking your head. .co. Oh,
It's not me shaking the head.
but
The mascot dog shaking his head.
I got it wrong, everybody.
Yeah.
Adam, why don't you tell us what our website is?
I'll do it at a nice orderly speed. www. I've got it wrong now. So where am I? www.amacrecords.co.uk. Or you could always, alternatively, if you want to get in contact with us, email us at amacpodcast@yahoo.com. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, Mixcloud,
everywhere,
Spotify.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
And I've got to find somewhere else to put us on there just to make the list
Just
longer.
I know, but I'm impressed. I like it.
We're growing over time.
We're
slowly. We're maturing.
We're showing and growing.
Yes, maturing
Nice.
like a fine wine, or in our case, elderly chaps at work.
I think the fine wine. I don't know. I think we've turned into vinegar. But,
Yeah.
but yeah, I like where you go with it. Honestly, people, thank you for listening to us, and please look, we are here to help you. So if you've got anything that you want to promote or tell us about an event that you're holding or something, please do put it on, as Adam said, on those places, Facebook and Twitter and all that, and we'll do our best to promote the hell out of it.
Yep.
And at no charge to you, because we're just flipping wonderful.
We are.
And
for charity, mate.
And also, if you liked the interview that you heard, and you want the same attention yourselves, again, get in contact with us and we'll make it happen. And any music of yours that you want to put out there, again, give it to us and Adam will make it happen. Because I don't know anything.
I'll try anyway. I'll try my damn best. Get in contact with us. And we'll see you in a month's time for show 28, which will be the precursor to the live event in November.
Do you know, I can hardly wait. I am that excited.
Excellent. Superb. Take care, everyone.
See you later. Thank you.
It's a shack, pack up a soul, baby. Work it out.